Hello everyone, welcome to Cornflower Crafts. My nickname is Corn, and I had gone to Dollar Tree, and in my last haul I did just a day or so ago with Handsome. It's a small haul, but quite a few of my subbies and lovely people that visited said, I hope I find those coin envelopes. And the thing is, most of us know how to make them, and if you don't, there's tons of videos out there. This is not an original idea with me, but you can stick around because I'm going to do one. And but first, I thought maybe I'll show you what I did. This is the second video I tried, and I had some complications. So I'm going to go through the ones that I made quickly. And if you need me to explain anything I did, then if you could put in the comments, what did you use for that or something of that nature, then I'd appreciate it, because I was going long anyway. Y'all know I don't just say I made this, and I usually say I made this and then I used this and I did that and did it, you know. So, but it takes a long time. And Midge from Midge's Mountain Crafts, she's on the lookout for these. I hope she finds them, because, you know, some of y'all might have found these some time ago, but some of us are just finding some. So I'm gonna sit down, so you're not gonna, I'm gonna try to speak up. And I can say things like this. I used some stickers. I used archival ink in jet black and coffee, and therefore I'm going to say really quick that I'm also entering the open collab, which is #stampplay. Our hostess is Susan from Susan's Heartstrings, and I'm going to list her channel down below. She's really cool about this. If you're not into stamping, but you've bought some stamps, you don't have to say, this is my stamping. You can say, these are the stamps that I have in my collection. I've done that. And these are the ones I've never used and I hope to use soon. I've done that too. So, this is one of the stamps I used. And that's how this turned out. I used the coffee. And at first I tried to color it with my Tombow markers, and it was so I got out my colored pencils and did that. And this being where it is on the wooden block, I inked it up, and I was like, I don't know. So I ended up putting it like so, and very gingerly turned it over and then put the pressure on. You know what I mean? So let's stick that over there. So that's how one of them turned up. I just think to put die cuts or small tags or stickers or what have you in a handmade card, doesn't even have to be a handmade card, but in a card, and then have like a little tuck spot and tuck it in the little spot and it says hello. I mean, how fun is that? Then I did this one, which I stamped less perfection, more authenticity. And there's one of those stickers again. Here is, I stamped this key. I love keys, by the way. I have a thing about keys. And I'll show you in a minute where some of those stamps are coming from. This one I didn't stamp at all. This one I put this lovely pink lace that I got from a thrift store, Goodwill. This is fussy cut at the bottom, and then this is cardstock here, another one of those stickers, and then a snippet of trim. And those are the smaller ones. Then the larger one, again, one of the stickers. And as you know, a lot of times you can go around your white and make that look vintage too, but I love the look of white with cream, with ecru, with khaki, with black, with all, you know, the neutral colors. I love them all together. Now, speaking of Susan from Susan's Heartstrings, she gifted me this stamp that I used there. This one, you might get a kick out of this. I won about 6 years ago or longer in a giveaway, and these stamps were associated with Downton Abbey. And then I stamped these. I wanted to cut them out different sizes, which I did. And I love how it looks. Let me get it close. See how it looks all kind of janky and old and messed with? That's why I like it so much. I think these come from Amazon. As you see, I don't have my original packaging. But I used that one. I've used that one. I've used 3 of these. So I've used quite a few of these today. And let me show you the one that Susan got me. That's here. This one. I'm pretty sure that's Joann's. You can see I've used these quite a bit. And I like to, if I've been gifted something that says from Susan, there's her heart and the string. So, now, let's go ahead and decorate one that I have already, put that up there. I've already done this. This is a paper doily that I got from a thrift store, and it's the nicest doily I've ever gotten. I'm serious, y'all. I didn't leave it in the craft room. That's one of the things I put up, which is a shocker. But it's got a little slickness to it on the front of it, but it is so nice. Do you know what I mean? It's not as delicate as some of them can be. In fact, I kept flicking it to make sure that I didn't get 2 of them, you know? So what I've already done is this little tab. There's a die cut from this. I had no idea. I pulled this out of something and put it on the desk. So, don't know where it's from. That's going to go here. And that's the one that I stamped that said, just create. And then, so that I can save some time, y'all know I'm a very, very slow crafter. I've already cut this paper. I rounded the corners. And then this beautiful, it's so wispy looking, that beautiful stamp is from Stampendous. Haven't even put that back yet. That's this one. Look how wispy it is. Actually, I bought this one. I mean, I like them all, but I bought it for this. It looks like the paint is all crackled. Isn't that cute? But that's the one I used. And I just thought it came out lovely. I was super happy. So here's my plan. Now, whether I succeed or not, I want to do that there. I've already inked around those edges, inked around this in the vintage photo. Put this like here. This, look, it's wood grain on the back. Like, you know that I have been fussy cutting so much, getting all my ephemera that I have to fussy cut that doesn't come in a package, you know what I mean, together lately. I'm still doing that, by the way. And then I want to put this here so that if this is in a tuck spot on this side, that they can pull it out with the tab. I thought that was kind of cute, personally. I just like that. And then I want to put, this is from Hobby Lobby, one of their, now this did come in a package, one of their ephemera pieces. And I'm going to put that here, like so. That's what I had in mind, but let's just put that down. I'm not going to pretend like I didn't map this out, because that's who I am. I map things out. That is who I am. Now, this is cardstock, isn't it? I know, it's so gorgeous on the back, and I was so tempted. You know, I love roses, but I was like, no, this is what looks best with this, and this is my focal point. Isn't she sweet? With a parasol, and look at her plumage. Love it. Let's see, what should I glue it down with? I'm at the end of my Fabri-Tac, and y'all are gonna laugh at me. I put it straight. That's why I've got the glass back. I put it straight on my Tim Holtz glass panel here, so that I can, or glass mat, so that I can, I put my finger in it, y'all, and spread it around with my finger, because of course you can do it with your brushes, but I'm like, then my brushes, boy, what it will take to clean them, because this is not water-based. So I'm like, I'll just do it with my finger. Instead of doing that, I think I'm going to go with the Barely Art glue for these, and hopefully that's not clogged. How are y'all doing? Are you all dealing with a bunch of heat? We are. I think the whole country is. And we're under all these warnings and heat indexes. And I tell you something, as I've said before, I don't perspire like a lady. So I'm having a time of it. But you know what? It could be a whole lot worse. That's the way I think of so many things in the world today. With everything that's happening, I'm like, well, it could be worse. I think that's how I have to look at it to get some sleep. You know what I mean? I don't sleep well anyway. Alrighty. It's a compassion thing. I have a great deal of compassion for what's happening in the world today. Not just our country, but especially our country, but in the whole world. Hoo-wee. So, I'm thinking I gotta make sure I put this where I want it. Because I'm one of those that if I don't get it just so, I'm not happy. Okay. So, just a little bit over from there. Here's hoping that when I look up there, I'm actually filming. Because I was filming before, and then it just went no. What? Maybe like so, right? We're about like here. I think that's where I was. Oopsie. When you put that much on, right, it still can move around a little bit. All right. I had thought about rounding these edges, but then I thought that might be fun to go into the clock just a little bit. Alrighty. Oh yeah, we do have a portable AC, but I don't have any in here. And I apologize for the fan, because the fans are running, but it's got to be running, y'all. I have to have that. I have no choice. Okay, let's put this. I want to hit that there, and hit that right about there. All right. This is just a baby wipe that's dried out. Used it. Oopsie. Get up there, you. And then this one, I went around this one with the black Tombow marker. And this one we're going to go like so. Guys, remember how this had the nice little rubbery sections here and here? Remember, these are my old ones. I won't give them up. I won't. I have a new pair in the drawer over there. I just won't give them up. And is that silly? Well, if it's silly, that's okay, because I've grown attached. This is my favorite tool in the craft room. And even if they get super bad, I am still going to keep them. Even if I can't use them. I might give them up eventually, but not for a while. Now we've got to put our tab on. And I thought maybe here, because we've got stuff going on. Oh, we've got our flap here. We've got stuff going on up here. That off center is kind of cute, isn't it? Down here, no. Either here or here would be cute, wouldn't it? A little bit off. Okay. All right. And as you know, you can put glue on once I get it exactly where you want it, and then glue the other piece. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Or you can glue it all at the same time, depending what y'all want to do. Yeah. I've changed my mind. Ah! I have a thing about my corners. My corners need to be done. Now my vision isn't good, guys. So I'm gonna have to get this up closer so I can make sure it is where it's supposed to be. All right. And there we go. So we've got this one done together. Now, let's put this up here. Now, another thing I was thinking of, I was like, well, there's other things we can do, right? And so what I did is I got this stamp out, and unfortunately it didn't show up too dark, but at the same time, when I really looked at it, I was like, wait, hold a minute. These are one of those stamps I got on sale at Echo Park, the background stamps. And even though, because this is so large, I don't have, I mean, no, that's not going to do, you know what I'm saying? I don't have anything that large to put it on at this time, maybe in the future, but I don't have an acrylic block or anything like that. So what I do is I just ink up what I think, you know, where I want it to go. And when I press down, you can still see it's very faint, but at the same time, being vintage, you don't want it super crisp, do you? So I'm happy with the way it turned out. And what I did, I got a hold of some of my snippets, y'all. Do you remember when I made these? Well, clusters. Let's say clusters. And I grabbed the vintage ones, you know, that have the handmade paper and snippets of doilies and paper, card fabric and cardstock and fussy cutting, and this is a punch and appliques, and then these, several of these I made. This is crepe paper that I made in, you know, like into little, I didn't gather it, you know what I mean, but it looks like I gathered it. And then this one I thought might be nice, and I'm going to use this one later too. This one I thought might be nice for here. And with the music in the background, this is another one of those ephemera pieces from Hobby Lobby. I mean, this is kind of simple, but I've already done my cluster. This is fabric. This is a punch. This I fussy cut out of something. Fussy cut my little darling little butterfly. This is flower from Hobby Lobby, and then this is a snippet of vintage doily. But even though it's just simple and you have the notes in the background, I like the way that looks. And what I really will do, I need to let y'all know, because everything else would be pretty flat. This Hobby Lobby put these little wooden, I'll get it off later, little wooden beads. And what I do is I very gingerly take them off, and then I'll take something like liquid pearls, and this is in bisque, and put one of those in the center. So it's not, see how it sticks out quite a bit. So let's just do that. Like I said, the clusters are already done. This was already fussy cut. I did go around it in the black Tombow marker, and I did take out my vintage photo and really go like this, and this to give it some shading at the bottom. So let's do that. Now, since this is fabric, I'm going to make a mess, y'all. I'm at the very end of this. This is almost gone. And with this heat, it dries very, very quickly. I don't know if you can see this, guys, but I am literally putting it on this glass mat from Tim Holtz so that I can put my fingers in it and spread it better. And oh, this has gotten so thick, y'all. So, so thick. But this is what I do. And I don't think it's a lot of fun. It's not the worst thing in the world. But I think some people would think it was fun. I don't find it that fun, personally. But it's not horrible or anything. Okay. So, let's put this. Hopefully I'm in frame. I hope. Maybe we should move some of these in case I'm not. And we will put that. I want some of these notes to show. And we will put that here. I have to do this, guys, to see if I've got it where I want it. And I do. Okay. All right. And then, this is already dry on here. I don't know if you could have seen that. But then, it's already dry. Look at that. So here's what I do. Since it was already dry on the glass, and yeah, our heat index, like everybody else's, the heat index is probably around 100. So that dried very quickly. Because my fan is on my feet. It's not up here. Okay, now, and I want like so. Again, barely art glue. I would go into one of my stories, and I was thinking about, well, what can we talk about? One that you all haven't heard. You all have heard the stories that, you know, certain stories that you tell when company's over and stuff like that, and then you're telling the story again to somebody new, and you look over at your child and they're literally saying word for word. They're not, you know, mimicking what you're going to say next, and you're like, uh-oh, maybe I better stop saying that. I've already told y'all all of those, to my knowledge. Except there are some with the family that I grew up in and the family of my own that I would, before I'd tell certain, even though they're cute little stories, I would ask their permission first. You know what I mean? Out of respect. So even though this is simple, of course, this little, the cluster's not that simple, but and also, as you know, but this fabric is cotton, but if it was super thick fabric, you can go over and have like a tab out of this too. So this is how this one turned out. And we've got another one if you all want to stay with me. And I did this one, and I love an old typewriter because, yes, I have actually worked quite a bit on an older typewriter from I think it was from the 40s, if I'm not mistaken, late 30s, 40s. That's this one. This is, yeah, look where that's from, guys. Tuesday morning, 2018. And it's this one right here. I've used this quite a bit. And what I have for this one is what I showed y'all earlier. We've got, this is like a canvas, y'all, here. And that's nice. That's really nice fabric. And then behind that, oh, I've got so much stuff. Behind that is actually a snippet of paper doily. Then we have, I forget where I found that paper, but that's older. We've got some cardstock, and that is a punch. Then I've got some lace here. Then I've got, this is piece of vintage doily, and then a little applique. So I thought, with putting, you know, because that's what I worked on when typewriters like this. It was a little bit frustrating at times when you made a mistake, but it was really cool. I really wish we had kept that. But yeah, so I thought, and like I said, even though this is just stamped, at the same time, look at this cluster. It has a little bit of everything on it. Uh-oh. So here we go again. Let me close this. We're going to have to try to get that. Let me see. Can you see it? Maybe I'll put it up higher. Yeah, I'll put it up here so y'all can see. Like I said, this is on its way out. It is super, super hot here. The fabric tag is like, look, hopefully y'all can see how thick this is. It has gotten so thick. And I know you can thin it with, I forget what, but you can thin it out. I'm not gonna. Because the thought, I'm one of those that as long as it's still working, I would rather have that than thin it out improperly and have it not hold up. I just, and you send it to somebody, or, you know, and it fails. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, that's enough to hold this baby down. Oops. Okay, so, oopsie. Wrong way, corn, pone. Okay, I'm going to put that almost at the top. Oops, we need to go over a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. Are you all ready? Can you see? Hopefully you can see this. Look at this. I thought y'all might get a kick out of that. If Dale's here, Dale's like probably laughing, going, "What is she doing?" And then, knowing Dale being so much fun, she probably said, "I'm going to do that." Because I'm sure where she is, well, it's all over, it's hot all over. And remember Donna from Donna Designs was telling us how she's dealing with the heat too. She wasn't complaining, she was just saying, you know, it's hot. So, and then you can take that off of your fingers and clean them really good later. But yeah, let me do this just to make sure everybody's where it's supposed to be. Okay, so that's what we ended up doing with our coin envelopes. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me, and for, you know, if you do find some, I hope you all have as much fun as I'm having with decorating these darling things. Oh, no, wait. Ho. All right, I forgot. I promised that I was going to do one if you like. I can't find them, but there's tons of videos out, guys. Tons of videos out for you to see on other people making them. But let's do this. I'm going to show you all later. I have, oh boy, where am I going to put that? I have some smaller journals that I'm making, and this is the size I want it for them. This is double-sided paper, as you see, but it's more like a scrapbook paper. It's not cardstock. And that's what I like to make my coin envelopes out of. And as you all know, like I said, there's tons. All you have to do is put in your search engine coin envelopes or how to coin envelope, whatever, and you'll find tons. Okay, so it's double-sided, like I said. I had an 8x10 piece of paper. That's what this was. And so I cut this to, this ended up 5. It should be by 4. Yep, 4 by 5. And this one, I'm going to go this way. So it's a matter of you want your paper to fold over. Now, how much you decide and how narrow you make it is one thing. You don't need it like that, you know what I mean? Hopefully you can see that. But you do need more than a teeny tiny bit fold over there, okay? And I don't normally do this. Normally I score everything and its uncle, but not with these guys. Sometimes I do, I'll be honest with you. I will score the top and the bottom, that's for sure. Because as you all know, I hardly ever get anything straight, ever. Like with this, because I can see right now with this pattern. So what I go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead, burnish this down. And you don't have to at this point. I do, because it's going to make it easier for me when I do this next step. You don't have to do this either. Okay? This is just me. This is how I do it. What you can do is just fold this over what you want for your bottom and fold this over what you want for your top, okay? Because some people like a huge piece on the top and a small one on the bottom. The last one I did, the one I showed y'all, throw that over this way, I just did a half, scored at a 1/2 inch here, and that's 4 1/8. Huh. And let's do that. A little over 1/2. Okay. So hopefully you can see that. That's what we've got. And what we're going to do is tell some of these pieces bye-bye. I'm going to use these Tim Holtz scissors. So I'm going to cut this piece on the fold line here and here. And I am super persnickety, but for the sake of time, I will just say, and I won't do what I normally do until I turn the camera off. Okay. That's the top. The bottom, we're going to do the same thing. There's other tops, other ways to make the tops. Almost always they'll do the bottom the same though, and myself too. I do like 99% of mine this way. Every once in a while, it's just so much fun to branch out, isn't it? Okay, so you've got that. And if it is not, what I'm just going to say, I'm not going to do. Well, wait a minute. I am this. I did not, you will see I never cut anything straight. That's not who I am. And so many of you have written in the comments below, Corn, I don't either, and I love it that y'all tell me that. I think that's darling. And then what I do, you can go ahead and round it, you know, or you can do like me. I'm not gonna round it. I'm just gonna cut here and here. Okay, so here's my bottom. All right, and here's my top. Okay. What did they do with their tops? Let me see. See, they did round theirs a little bit, and they did round theirs a little bit there too. So what they did is they went ahead and cut in, as you see. Let's do that. Let's do that. We'll cut in just a little bit. And then we will round. Ooh, that was more than a little bit, wasn't it? Okay, then we'll take out our quarter round in the small. Is that going to do? It's not going to do, is it? No. I don't. No, it can't. It can't because it's not square. All right, and that's what we'll do. like so. And then you're going to glue this here, and you can see that's not straight, and when I'm off camera I will cut this straight. And then the next thing I will do, I have this, it's very reflective, this punch, and it's by EK Tools, and then punch just a teeny tiny little thumb hole there, okay? And then you will have one that matches your projects, and this will match one of my projects 100%. And I want to thank y'all for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.